Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video. My name is Safira Puspaningrum and I'm currently studying management in my 4th semester in BPT University. In this video, I want to share my thoughts about a serious issues that happen in Indonesia, especially in Sumatra Island. Today, I will talk about how the 2025 floods in Sumatra affect the economy in Indonesia. At the end of 2025, from late November to December, heavy floods and landslides happened in many parts of Sumatra Island. The areas that were hit the hardest were Aceh, North Sumatra, and West Sumatra. As millions of people prepare to close the chapter on the year with joy, nature delivered an unforgettable warning. The rain was extremely heavy, but the problem didn't stop there. Because of deforestation, land misuse, and poor water management, the land could not hold the rainwater properly. So when the rain came, the water had nowhere to go. This is the story of one of the most horrible disasters in modern Indonesian history. This is the Great Wound of Pulau Perca. Let's start by talking about people. According to reports, more than 1,000 people lost their lives and many others were displaced. Millions of residents were affected and many families had to leave their homes. Imagine if you are suddenly losing your house, your job, and your daily routine. That situation creates not only emotional stress, but also serious economic problems. The trigger was a deadly combination of tropical cyclone Koto and cyclone Sid 95B in the Indian Ocean. It rained incessantly for days. The numbers that emerged later were shocking. By the end of December, 1,138 lives had been lost. Behind those numbers were fathers, mothers, and children who did not have time to save themselves. 163 people are still missing under the rubble of landslides, and nearly 500,000 residents were forced to leave their homes for crowded evacuation centers. From North Aceh to the coast of West Sumatra, cries broke out amid floodwaters as high as the roofs of houses. Why is it so serious and heartbreaking for us? The answer lies not only in the rain, but in how we treat this land. Forest degradation or deforestation in the upstream area has caused by soil to lose its absorbency. When extreme rain arrives, the water no longer seeps in, but instead rushes down carrying mud and wood debris, hitting everything in its path. Now let's move to the economic side. The experts estimate that the total financial loss from the floods were more than 68 trillion rupiah. That amount includes homes that were damaged or destroyed, roads and bridges that collapsed, business that had to stop operating, and farms that failed to produce crops. The economy of Sumatra is largely collapsed. The agricultural sector, which is the livelihood of millions of residents, has been completely destroyed. Thousands of hectares of rice fields are also destroyed. But however, the cost of recovery is far greater. The government projects funds up to 77.4 trillion rupiah for the rehabilitation and reconstruction. This is not just about rebuilding collapsed walls, but also healing trauma and reviving the stalled market. Small business were also badly affected. Many shop owners and street vendors couldn't open their store. Some of them lost their product, their equipment, and their only source of income. For families, money stopped coming in. When income disappeared, people reduced spending. When spending goes down, the local economy slows down. This shows how one disaster can affect many levels of economy. The impact was not only felt locally. International organizations like the World Bank warned that the floods could affect Indonesian economic growth towards the end of 2025. When many regions experience economic slowdown, the national economy is also affected. So even though the floods happened in Sumatra, the impact reached the whole country. But amid the desperation and hopelessness, we see the true face of Indonesia. That's Gotong Royong. The volunteers came from all corners of the country. They were bringing logistics, medicine, and also hopes to those who were isolated. The 2025 Sumatra floods are a loud warning alarm. They speak of a real climate crisis and the importance of maintaining the balance of nature. We cannot just build without planting. We cannot just dig without caring. The grief belongs to all of us. Let us ensure that recovery is not just about concrete and asphalt, but about a commitment to not repeating the same mistakes for the sake of the future, so that the water that falls from the sky becomes blessing again, not a curse. For Sumatra, for Indonesia, we will not let this once dry without learning a lesson. As management students, this case teaches us that planning, risk management, and sustainability are essential for long-term development. That's all from me regarding the economic effects of the 2025 Sumatra floods. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my explanation.